Welcome out to Kojak's Live here in West Texas, Midland, Texas to be exact. Home of some of the wildest action you will see. We are actually joining in a 1-2 no-limit hold'em table. 1-2 no-limit hold'em table. As you can see, lots of action as always here at Kojak's. Poker Boy picking up pocket 10s, pocket 5s, pocket 8s, king, queen, unsuited. Plenty of action here. We've already got a pot up to $87 going four-way to the flop. 4 players. Flop comes out, king, deuce, 8. King, deuce, 8. Tyler flops top pair. Devin, Poker Boy, pushes all in instantly. Action's over on Tyler to make the call. That's going to be a big call. Going to be a lot of trouble when the action gets around to Morgan. It looks like Tyler did make the call. Morgan's going to look down. He sees a set of 8s in his hand. Doesn't know how he can go anywhere. Maybe worried about the hearts coming on the turn. Morgan does go all in also, and we've got a side pot action. So we've got $835 in the pot on our first hand. $835. Side pot is being built right now. Devin flips over one of his 10s, most likely that looks like to be the 10 of hearts. Give that little sweat that maybe he's got heart draw. And Tyler shows his king, queen. There's the boat for the 8s. 8's full of deuces, and he's going to pull in all the action. $835 heading over to Mr. Morgan. Beautiful way to start the action here in West Texas. Hopefully, if you weren't part of our $50,000 free roll qualifier yesterday at Kojak's, the River League and CCC over in Odessa, River League being in San Angelo, we had 70 entrants come out to Kojak's yesterday, so that put 11 of them qualifying to day number 2. Want to wish the best of luck to each one of those. Give a shout out real quick to Colby Greer. Mr. Morgan popped in, said, come join the live, see the action out at Kojak's. You're joining us in Clyde's room for some juicy 1-2 action. So here we go. Action moves around. Morgan's got $909 in his stack. Remember, buy-in on 1-2 no-limit hold'em is anywhere from $60 to $300, and there's not a match the stack. There's not a 70% of the stack. It is just straight $60 to $300 max. Tyler makes the call with ace-5 offsuit. JR does let go. Action's over to Casey. He does let go. Conan says, I'll see the 2, and we've got a check from the small blind, Mr. Luis Ramos, so we will be 6 ways to the flop. 6 ways to the flop. Flop does come out. Ace of diamonds, deuce of hearts, 7 of diamonds. That puts Poker Boy and Conan in position to fight for the largest diamond draw. Jeffrey's out. Tyler does flop top pair with a small kicker, and Casey will be out. So we've got 3-way action to the flop. Conan got a queen high flush draw. Turn card comes of king of spades. So the ace is in the lead right now. 2 other players looking for a diamond to complete. Little does Poker Boy know that he's dominated. So it goes bet 20, call, call. River card comes a 3 of spades. The ace 5 does hold up and get the check mark, but it'll be who has the biggest cojones to get this one. So Poker Boy leads out with his pair of deuces, $55. Action is now on Tyler. Can he make that call with ace 5? His kicker's what's questioning him. I think he does make this call here just because of the way it's played. We are having a little choppy bandwidth problem right now, but we will get that cleared up for you. And it looks like Tyler did let it go, and Devin pulls it in, stacking up some newfound chips. He just did rebuy. So we've got 9 players on the table. We got about 17 more on the list. As long as our bandwidth issue does hold up, we will be coming to you live. It looks like we're running into a little bit of an internet problem, but we will get that adjusted. Button moves around to Mr. Conan. Small blind seat 2, big blind seat number 3. Seat number 3 is the big stack. As you can see, he is loaded up with chips, about $900 in front of him right there. Devin looks down, and it's folded to him. He does make the call. Jeffrey joins behind him. Tyler folds. He did fold the winning hand. That's going to be painful when he goes back and sees it. Doesn't always take the best hand to win, and we know that here at Kojaks. 6-way action to the flop. Flop comes out ace of clubs, king of diamonds, queen of spades, ace, king, queen. 3 players connecting, 1 with an ace, 1 with a king, 1 with a queen. Turn card comes an 8. I do believe somebody had queen 8, and that would be Mr. Luis. That does give JR bottom pair. So we're now going to be 3-way action to the river card. $42 in the pot. River comes out a jack. Oh, that's painful. I saw 110 go into the muck. So now it's going to be 2 pair to a pair to a pair. Luis is far out in the lead. Pot setting at about $42. He does make a check. Jeff leads, or sorry, Luis bets 55. Sorry about that. We do have a graphic delay here. The 10 stayed in. The 10 stayed in. Devin did stay in. We've got a graphic delay. The 10 stayed in, made the call, or made the $55 bet on the river, and Luis makes the crying call, knowing that he's probably beat. And just like that, Poker Boy pulls in another pot over $100, increasing. He is now just down $222, making his comeback as we talk. Button moves around to Mr. Luis. Once again, if you weren't part of the 50K qualifier yesterday at Kojaks, we did have 70 entries. The other 2 clubs had very similar entries. 8 players went, and I think 9 players went. So we've got about 28 players sitting in the day 2 qualifier over at Kojaks Poker Club December the 9th. It's going to be a lot of action. Still 2 more qualifiers. A couple ways that you get chips is for each hour of cash game you play, each one of these individuals right here are earning 500 chips per hour that they play. Plus, we do horse races at 6, 9, and midnight at each of the 3 clubs. The winner of the horse race does receive 1,000 extra chips. And anytime you hit quads or better, you get a voucher for 1,000 chips. Build your own stack. Start with what you want. If you do qualify, you head over to day 2, which starts December the 9th at Kojaks Poker Club. and everyone will start with an exact number of chips. So here we are, heads up action. Luis 3-bets it up to $75 with pocket ladies. Conan with the house hand. King Jack suited of hearts makes the call, and that's what he wants. He wanted 2 hearts on the flop. First action is going to be on Conan. He says all in, and it's snap called by Mr. Ramos. Turn card comes a 10 of clubs. Looking for a heart and a heart only, and the 3 gives a boat to the pocket queens, and Luis doubles up. And as you can see, he gets the dukes, the knuckles from Conan. We've got no sour winners here. Everybody's out to play the best hand, and I guarantee you, Mr. Conan would have done that anytime, as all of us would have done, hoping for that. Odds are looking pretty good for it to come on the turn. And the river, it just did not get there. But if you play math, play the percentages, it will come. So Conan does rebuy for $300, which is the max at this table. Remember, at our 1-2 games, it's $1, $2, $60, $1, $2 blind, $60 minimum buy-in, $300 maximum buy-in. I'd like to give a shout out to everybody who's tuned in this early to watch us on Kojaks Live. It's been a while. We are glad to be back in action. We've got 2 cash games running right now, a 1-2 no limit hold'em, and a super spicy 5 on the button no limit hold'em going on out there. You can come in here, Ricky. Come in, say hi. If y'all all know Ricky Prince is a superstar up here at Kojaks Poker Club. As soon as he gets that on, I'm gonna flip on his mic.
Oh shit! Here, let me finish these, man.
There you go. There we go. So I'm going to turn him on. Welcome to the room, Mr. Ricky Prince.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. We've got this juicy 1-2, and we got a spicy 5 on the button out there. You were out dealing on the 5 on the button out there.
Yes,
Is it getting crazy?
Oh yes, it's getting there.
Any big hands that you remember?
Oh yeah, all of them is big. I've heard it. Yeah, it ain't no 5. That 5 on the button very seldom make it around.
Oh, very seldom. How many people are going to the flop each hand?
Oh, 4 to 5.
4 to 5, just like in here. We got 5 players to the flop on this one.
Mm-hmm. We got in Louis. Oh, he falls.
Yep. Flop comes out, 9 of diamonds, 10 of diamonds, 6 of spades, 9, 10, 6. That's a great flop for Casey. He's up and down. Ricky, I appreciate you coming in here. You're going to go finish eating, I assume, right?
Yes, sir. Thanks.
All right, we'll see you in a minute.
Good luck, everybody.
So there it is. That completes it for Casey. 7, 8, 9, 10, Jack. And Conan sitting over there, he doesn't know how much in trouble he is without a diamond in his hand. Casey, however, does not have a diamond either. Conan's looking for a 9 and a 9 alone. Conan says all in, $250. And Casey lets it go, and he tells him, I had the straight. Conan snuck one by, good for TV. Look at that, bluffed off the second nut straight draw. Gotta love to see that.
That's how we're playing tonight, right?
So coming up on November the 4th, we do have our second qualifier into the 50K tournament. Earn your chips hourly, 500 chips per hour in the cash games. Quads or better earns you another 1,000 chip voucher. Action moves around. Tyler looks down at Ace Quisha, as infamously named by Mr. Dante Larson. He raises it up to 15. Casey does make the call. Action folds around. We are working on that camera right now. That's a long text message by Mr. Chris Brendel and a long time stacking up chips by Mr. Poker Boy sitting in seat number 5. So we got 4-way action pre-flop. Flop comes out 993. It checks around. Turn card comes a 6 of spades. So we got 3 spades on the board, and the river card comes a 10. Definitely looking for spades, looking for 7, 8. Nobody's got any of it right there. Pocket 5s is going to pull in the action. And they're flipped over by Mr. Morgan, and it is going to be shipped his way just like that onto the next hand. $61 added to the stack of Mr. Morgan. Action moves around to Mr. JR looking down at pocket 3s. He does make that call. Casey does release to the Dolly Parton. 7-4, that's the Clydester. It does go into the muck. Mr. Morgan folds. Chris looks down at ace 8. He does make the call. Action's over to Poker Boy with ace 10. I expect a raise to come out of him, and there it is right there, up to $15. Tyler does let go. JR with the pocket 3s is going to make the call and see a little action. That might be enough for Chris to go ahead and release. And not yet, not yet. He says, I'm going to hang around and see. 3 ways to the flop. $48 in the pot. Flop comes out. King of clubs, 10 of spades, 4 of diamonds. So that is middle pair for Poker Boy. He is in the lead. Action goes to Chris. He checks. I don't expect Poker Boy to stay coy. He does like to push the action. He throws out 25, and that should be enough to end the hand. Don't forget, tomorrow night at 6 p.m., we do have the free roll, $2,000 guaranteed to be in the pot. And if you've been part of our free rolls here at Kojak's, $2,000 doesn't last long. It turns into $3,000, $3,500. I think last week was all the way up to $3,800. And it's so funny because I just sent a text message about the camera 2 being frozen, and they did get it fixed. And Mr. Chris Gwynn did remind me we are 15 minutes behind what they're actually seeing. So here in about 15 minutes, Brendel will no longer be texting, and seat number 5, Poker Boy, will no longer be stacking his chips. So we'll have that adjusted in just a few minutes. Conan looks down at 9-8 suited. He makes the call. Luis, Chris, whoa, Chris makes a raise. Jack 10 suited. That is the Basil. And with King 10 suited, Poker Boy joins right along. Flop comes out 6 deuce deuce. Jeffrey flops the world right there. Rainbow on the suits. Let's see how he decides to play this. Action's on Tyler. He does check. And action looks like it's all the way over to Mr. Jeffrey. Brendel throws out a quarter pounder with his Jack 10 representing maybe ace deuce. Only problem is Jeffrey's holding that exact same hand. Jeffrey does raise it up, and Mr. Chris Brendel with the fold, knowing exactly where he stands. That's called a protection bet right there. He's throwing $25 out there, willing to lose it. Maybe he pulls in the win if everybody folds. If he doesn't, it only costs him $25. He doesn't have to throw a second barrel bluff out. Going through a quick dealer change. It looks like probably Mr. Joey's coming in. Joey joining the pot with that hair put up. Oh, how it would be to have hair. I don't know if you've seen me, but my head is bald as can be. Always envious of people with great hair. Button moves around, looks to be in seat number Tyler. JR is going to be small, and that puts Casey in the big. In just a few moments, we should have that camera set up. Luis folds around to him. He looks down at pocket nines. He's going to raise it up to $20. Chris does make the fold. Poker Boy with 10-5 off makes the call. Tyler with that beautiful Queen Jack of Hearts makes the call. And Casey says, I'm out of here with 6-5. I do enjoy a 6-5, just sneaking into a pot like that. Conan showing off his new card protector. It's a beauty. Look at this. Tyler says, I raise it up. You're not sneaking it in with any small hands. Oh, he was making change. Just kidding. He does make the call. He did fullest, though. Pot setting at $63. Flop comes out. King of spades, 10 of clubs, deuce of hearts. So king 10 deuce. Poker Boy takes the lead with a pair of tens, but that gives an up and down straight draw for Mr. Tyler. Ace for Broadway, 9 for king high. Want to say welcome out to everybody here. Turn card comes a 6 of diamonds. It looks like it went check, check, and there's an 8 on the river. No good for the Queen Jack. Goes check, check, and Poker Boy sneaks another hand in there. It looks like camera number 2 is now unfrozen. Poker Boy, he's embarking on a little poker action secondary right there. Button moves around. There is already over, let me do some quick math here. There is almost $3,000 sitting on this 1-2 table. We've got one player that's up $652. That's the player sitting in seat number 3. He is up $652. We've got some action, though, with those V-pips. Luis and Poker Boy both over 70%. Poker Boy sitting at actually 77%. Two players with a little under 30%. That's going to be seat number 4, Mr. Chris Brindle, and seat number 8, Mr. JR. Along with Casey sitting in seat number 9. So the camera's not unfrozen yet. It will be unfrozen in about 6 minutes. So who's all out in Facebook land? Who is all out watching? Give some shout outs on here. We'll look at getting you a free hour. There's the call raised to 15. Luis does make the call with the K9 suited. Flop comes out. Ace of diamonds, 4 of hearts, deuce of spades. No help for anybody. The king high is in the lead with the 6 of hearts on the turn. It should go check. And I expect to see Poker Boy thrown out a bet. Welcome out, Sherry Thompson. Welcome out, Mr. Hernandez. Jack on the river gives nothing to nobody. King high is going to win it. Luis says, "Shoo, I'd have made a bet if I knew I was holding the not nut nuts." So we'll be looking at doing this again next Sunday at 4 p.m. If you're out and about, you didn't make it on the table today, next Sunday at 4 p.m., we're looking to get another 1-2 live stream up and ready to go. Cards moving around, button setting on Mr. Casey. He looks a little bored right there, maybe not getting some cards that he wanted. See, if usually when people get bored, they may push the action just a tear. Action folds around to Poker Boy. He's looking at Queen 7 offsuit. Raises it up to $15. He's not here for a long time. He's here for a good time. Let's see how this pays off for him. JR looks down 10-3, folds. Casey's got 8-3 suited. He does make the fold. Conan lets it go. And Luis makes the call. Flop comes out. Ace 6-3, 2 clubs. Nothing for Mr. Poker Boy. Turn card comes a 9 of hearts. Luis has that guess his hand, and he's going to make a bet, and that's going to get Poker Boy to make a call. Wait a minute. That's a $100 chip. That's a raise to $100. It was announced, so action's now on Luis. That's scary. He does make the call. A heart and a heart only is going to be the only thing for Poker Boy, and Luis checks, and Poker Boy says all in. Oh, I'd love to see what Luis has, and Luis lets it go, and just like that, the bluff gets through. Luis, oh, and he shows the bluff, and just with that, Luis smiles.
Cards I shoved. I was on hearts too, though. Was your big? Oh, 6-6. I would have won anyway. You had a pair?
I muted my mic so you could hear the table talk going on. We do have the table talk live tonight, and Luis did say I had a pair. Got the best of me on that one. Welcome out, Mr. Travis. What's up, Mr. Smokey, Marie, Mario. Sorry, excuse me, Mario, Mr. Thompson, Mr. Hernandez. Appreciate everybody joining out, watching us live on Kojak's live stream. We do have a juicy, spicy 5 on the button. Mr. Walton, go Jeffrey. Rooting for seat number 6 over there. What's up, Travis? Thanks for coming out yesterday and taking part in that. I hope you did good on the cash tables. I saw you with some chips out there. How'd you end up doing? So everybody's out on the cash tables earning some chips for the next qualifier for the month of October. The next one will be played November the 4th. November the 4th. Earn your stacks. This is a build your starting stack. We saw starting stacks all the way from as small as just getting the 5,000 chips yesterday to as large as over 60,000 chips. Mr. Casey had built up a super insane stack of 63,000 chips, and he ended up making it through the qualifier. But the neat thing about that is we did have Mr. Hector. Mr. Hector started with 8,000 chips, and he ended up making it into the top 11, heading to day number 2 is what we're calling it, November the 9th here at Kojak's. And don't forget, you don't only have to play at Kojak's Poker Club. This is a 3-club tournament. One quick second. So this isn't only a Kojak's Poker Club promotion. This is actually in between 3 of the clubs that we have. It is a CCC, which is Celebrity Card Club in Odessa. This is the River League, which is in San Angelo, Texas, and Kojak's Poker Club here in Midland, Texas. If you're in any of the surrounding areas, all you have to do is go out and play some poker, make that money, and earn your starting chips. Every time you flop quads or better, you get a 1,000 chip voucher into the November qualifier. For every hour you play, you earn 500 chips into your starting stacks. And we also, if you have access to our Facebook page here at Kojak's, we just posted our football board. It is 100% full. Numbers are drawn. So tonight's game, I think it starts at 7 or 7:30. If your numbers are drawn for that quarter, you earn 1,000 extra chips. But here's the really cool part. If you're seated playing some poker, here at Kojak's Poker Club, you do earn double the chips, so you'll earn 2,000 per quarter. So hopefully all of you guys and gals come out big out there. So I see Travis, he says, I cashed a small cash, but it's still a win. Travis, you're exactly right. Anytime you have a cash, it's a win. Sometimes break even is a win for me. Heck, man, even losing 10%, 20% is a win for me, as crazy as I like to play. So here we go. We've got 5 players to the flop. Pre-flop. It looks like Luis 3-bets it. I like his style. That is how I play. That is why I'm in here commentating. So he 3-bets it. He gets 1 call. We've got a flop of 8 of spades, 7 of spades, 5 of diamonds, and Poker Boy picks up 2 pair. Luis is going to need some help. He does make a check. It looks like Poker Boy bets out. It looks like 50. That is a 50 piece. I'm glad you had a good time out here, Travis. We always appreciate each and every one of our members coming out. We know there's a lot of places to play poker in West Texas, whether it be the clubs or the other games. We appreciate each and every one of our members every day that come out to Kojak's Poker Club. And Luis says, guess what? I am all in. 2 spades, straight draw possible out there. Poker Boy has 7-5. That's the bottom 2 pair. But now with the board pairing with the 8, that eliminates his 5 from being any good. But I don't think he gets away. I don't know. This is the crazy thing. You all know how they play out at Kojak's Poker Club. What happens if Luis was holding pocket 9s? Poker Boy's 2 pair are no longer any good. I think he's going to let this go. He's got his chips held up. So a bet of $50 action is now $216 all in, and that's the snap call. Luis is looking for a 6 and a 6 only. And we're running it twice. First one comes out a queen of spades, looking for a 6 and a 6 only. And I can't see what the river card is. And it looks like it was not a 6, so just like that, the chips are going to be shifted over to Poker Boy, sitting in seat number 5. And he is now out of the hole that he dug himself. He dug himself a hole early to start with, and his I guess, Charlie-like play got him out of the hole. He is $21 in the plus. $21 in the plus. What is going on, Miss Carrie Hinton Shaver? Always a pleasure to see you. Miss you, lady. Miss you. Time for me to get a hug from you. Always appreciate you coming out and watching and supporting everything we do here. One of my favorite people in the world. As you can tell, big hearts. What's going on, Mr. Murray? Checking in. Hadn't seen you in a while. Would love to see you out one day tearing up the felt. What is going on, brother? So Luis does rebuy. He puts another, it looks like maybe 300 into his stack, 200 into his stack. There is now over $3,200 out on the table. What up, Murray? My gym partner quit on me about 2 years ago. I'm still waiting on him to come back. I don't know what he's doing, but I'm waiting on him to join back up with me. He got a little ways to go to catch up now. Thinking about we might need some Long John Silvers up here, but the only problem is without Murray here, I can't get anybody to second that motion, so it always goes right into the muck. No, no, it didn't close. I hope it didn't close. It closed. They closed the south side one in Odessa, the north side one. Every time I try to go eat lunch over there, the dining room's closed. It's only pickup only. But here we go, another hand moving around. Looks like we've got 6-way action pre-flop. Oh, the gym. Yeah, the gym did close, but they opened up about 35 more of them. So if you're not going, it's your fault. Flop comes out. Ace of hearts, king of hearts, 6 of spades, ace, king, 6. Looking around, we got a pair of aces, we got a pair of 6s, and everybody else who didn't have anything is kind of throwing it out. So here we go. We've got Mr. Morgan with the Kojak's Guess Your Hand. Luis does let it go. Action's over to Mr. Morgan. He lets it go. So we had a bet of 6 and a raise by Mr. Casey. And just like that, that's how you earn chips here at Kojak's. What's up, Mr. Duplantis? What's going on, Colby Greer? Mr. Duplantis, that I think it's the Powerball. That Powerball is looking kind of salty, isn't it? It's looking pretty salty. What's going on, Mr. Balton? Thanks for joining us out. Just to give you guys an idea of what everybody's doing, everybody is playing a live stream. We've got a secondary 1-2 table opening up, a feeder table out on the floor. Duplantis, oh, I can't repeat that, Murray. What are you doing? I almost repeated that. Oh, we'll go ahead and say it. Duplantis, you jackass. Not at all. We don't think you're a jackass. At least I don't at all. I love you, sir. But we got a feeder table open up, 1-2 sitting outside. We've got this table, 1-2 live stream going. We've also got an insane action 5 on the button going out on table number 3. Football all around. Ian, what's going on, sir? We've got your numbers drawn, got them up on our Facebook page. Hey, killing with kindness, right, Duplantis? Killing with kindness. So Casey looks down at pocket jacks. One of the hardest hands in poker to play. He's going to raise it up to fiddling. We call that the basil bet. So we've got, looks like 5 players going to the flop, maybe 6 players going to the flop. Flop comes out, deuce of diamonds, 9 of spades, 3 of clubs, deuce, 9-3. That's going to be a setty set for Mr. Chris. Oh, overpair setting for Casey. Everybody else kind of missed big. Want to give a shout out. We have about 80 people watching right now on all of our streams. Thanks a bunch, guys. You don't have to watch, but we truly appreciate you coming out and joining us for a little poker fun here. Overpair of pocket jacks and the set of 9s, $178 setting in the pot. Boy, I bet whoever had jack 8 is wishing they didn't fold. And here's Casey making a push, $130 all in. And that's going to be a snap call by Mr. Brindle, setting in seat number 4. A 7, that would have completed the straight for that jack 8 in the muck. And you see him shaking his head right there. He's wishing he wouldn't have folded that. Chris Brindle, sitting in seat 4, does double up. Hey, we want to give a shout out to Mr. Casey, sitting in seat number 9. He actually moved. He plays a lot of poker out here. Built up a starting stack of about 68,000. He had the largest stack going into the qualifier yesterday, and he did make it to day number 2. He moved back to South Louisiana. He flew out to Kojak's Poker Club. I guess he flew out to Midland, Texas on Friday just to play that tournament and see if he could qualify, and he did qualify, so now he does get to come back out in December. What's going on, Kayla? Always a pleasure having you in here joining us. Always a pleasure. But I want to give Casey a special shout out. He didn't have to do it, and he did qualify. We actually had 11 people qualify. Let me get over to the post where we had everyone's names so I can read them off. First qualifier in the books. 11 players were lucky enough to qualify and head on over to day 2 starting on December the 9th. Congrats to Jimmy Wynn, Mr. Johnny Madrano, better known as Johnny Blaze. We've got Conan Stallings. We've got Coach, or if y'all don't know him by Coach, it's Mike Mungia. We've got Matt Rivers that qualified the natural, Mr. Jack. We've got Aaron Pryor, Casey Little sitting in seat number 9 on this table. Mr. Hector Cadena. And I butchered that last name. I do apologize for that. We've got Jose Gutierrez, and we've got Mr. Michael Moyer. Moyer sitting out on that insane 5 on the button table, and Casey sitting in on this table enjoying a little 1-2 action. Let me flip over and see if I can pull in CCCs to see who qualified for there. We'll give them a special shout out also. And so, unfortunately, I don't know all these players' names, and I can't post the picture up here. But I do know that Tom qualified there. Congrats to Tom and the other 7 players. And I'm gonna check over on the River League. And River League did have 10 qualifiers, so that's 11 from Kojak's, 10 from the River League, and 8 from CCC. So joining us November the 9th at Kojak's Poker Club from the River League is going to be Brian C., Jonathan E., Martin M., John F., Mark H., Donald H., Michael B., Jason B., Tracy M., and Mr. Al W. Looks like a great group of players there that will be joining us. Couple of them super excited, so here we go. Action moves back around. And just like that, another pot is pushed over to Mr. Morgan, sitting in seat number 3. It looks like he did lose a pot. He is up $662. went to showdown 42% of the time, and I think he's 100% on his showdown wins. Once again, we look at the VPIPs. We've got 2 players over 70%. We've got another 2 players over 50%. And we do have 2 players that are sitting down below 30. That's uncharted waters for Kojak's Poker Club. That means we're going to have to go in there and blindfold them or something and get them to play some hands. But we do have feeder tables ready to go. So as we lose players, we will have other players joining us. So we do have a small glitch with the action tracker. We'll have it back up in 1 second, but during this time, it actually gives us some time to talk about some upcoming tournaments we do have at Kojak's Poker Club. Tomorrow night, which is Mondays, we have our famous $2,000 free roll. Famous $2,000 free roll never has $2,000 in it, always close to $3,500 to $4,000. Costs you absolutely nothing to join. You get a free 10,000 chips just for showing up to Kojak's, and gives you a chance to win some big money. If you are unfortunate enough to bust, it is $25 to get you another 10,000. We do have a buy 2 get 1 free. So for $50, you can get 3 stacks there. Then also coming up on Wednesday, we have our freeze out. That is $200 to join, 1 buy-in, not for the most faintest of hearts. It does take a special player. You can't make any mistakes because action is fierce. Then on Friday, we have our $55 No Limit Hold'em Rebuy Tournament. On Saturday, we have our $200 entry. This is something different that we normally don't hold, but a $200 entry with $100 rebuys. So if you buy in for $200 and you do lose your stack, $100 will get you back into the tournament with the same amount of chips. And then every Sunday at Kojak's, we have our $280 knockout bounty tournament. For every player that you do knock out, you get $50 to put in your stack. You get a bounty chip worth $50. After the tournament's over, you come cash all those in. We give you a $50 bill for each bounty chip that you hold. Now, when you get knocked out, let's say you have 10 bounty chips in your stack. If you get knocked out, you only lose 1 of those bounty chips. So all the players, let's say you knock out 10 players, and then you get knocked out, you only lose 1, you come cash in the other 9 of them, and we'll hand you $450. Let's take a quick check-in of what's going on in the NFL. I don't know about all you, but a lot of us here at Kojak's like to place a couple of those bets on the NFL and especially college games. I do love me some college games. Bengals are leading with 3 minutes left in the 4th. They got the ball, and it's 24-20 at Arizona. We don't like Arizona much here at Kojak's because they did hand Dallas their only defeat this year. Next game coming around is the Eagles at the Rams. 17-14 Jets at the Broncos. Little different score, 15-13. Let's check in on that game and see how we came about. First quarter, Jets got 5 points, and it looks like we possibly had a safety in that first quarter. So 15-13, Chiefs versus the Vikings. They're all tied up. What's going on, Mr. Matt? Thank you for coming in early today, sir. Always appreciate you. You want to join us on the live? All right. He's a little coy, So Chiefs versus the Vikings. Oh, he's about to push. I got you. 13-13. Jaguars versus the Bills, part of the International Series. 25-20. Jaguars pick it up. And then on games that are always already over, Colts beat up on the Titans 23-16. Saints had their day with the Patriots 34-10. We got Bailey Zappi and Mac Jones. I think Bailey Zappi started that game but couldn't pull anything together for the Patriots. They got goose-egged. Steelers pulled it over on the Ravens 17-10. Falcons gave another defeat. Oh, poor Texans. Texans are now 2-3 on the season, 21-10. That was a close game. Lions pounced on the Panthers. We got two cats going in that game, 42-24. Giants got beat up by the Dolphins, 31-10. Dolphins didn't score their 70 points that they did earlier. Trey, yes, Pops does seem to be doing pretty good up there, always rooting. And then if everybody's tuning in for the game of the week, it starts tonight at 7:20 p.m. That's also what our football board is based upon. The Cowboys versus the 49ers. Cowboys 3-1 going into this game. Only loss of the season coming to the Cardinals. Terrible play calling is what happened in that game. Then we got the 49ers 4-0 going into tonight. Pretty sure both teams are going to be 4-1. But if you've been part of the 49ers and Cowboys series over, I guess, the past 20, 30 years, you know that's always a tough one. 49ers have the advantage, and they're actually favored by 3.5 going into this game. So we got a big hand brewing. We have no graphics going out, but we will get the graphics back in just 1 second. It looks like they're in the room working on it. Devin leads out with $110. So we've got three-way action. Chris Brindle versus seat 1, Conan. Conan is all in. And action's on Brindle. So action's over on Mr. Brindle. He's truly thinking about this. So Conan leads out with a $60 bet. Chris calls the $60, and Devin goes over the top with 120, maybe 210. I can't see exactly what that is. Oh, and this is a tight spot. So Devin makes the call. He announces, I have two pair. Just one time is the say so. So board of 8-5-6, king 3. And it looks like the two pair is going to hold up from Poker Boy sitting in seat 5. And a salty hand going to him. He is now on the plus side, $323 up. We're going to check on the graphics just 1 second on the GFX. We'll be right back. But enjoy some poker, enjoy some watching. I'm going to turn up the table talk so y'all can hear it.
I think you owe me a couple hours, man. You're taking me for a couple $100, you know? Take you up on those poker lessons. I play a lot of 1-2 in San Antonio, so. That's why I told you, because I was like, man, either if you got a set, you know, we can run it twice. But if you got a set, you got me dead anyway. So I always like to give the chance of running it twice. You could have hit your 9 on the on that river or something. What was your pre-flop? Did you pre-flop raise? Yeah. What was it? 15. Is this your 2? That's my big, right? Yeah, you're big. You're small.
No, at the tap.
They gotta give
There's
us
a tap.
Oh, last time it's closed down though. What kind?
It doesn't matter. There's only
They
one.
got. Oh, I thought they had Miller Lite or safety. No.
Sure.
Where do you got my name under?
Poker boy?
Poker guy. That's my YouTube page.
You got one?
Yeah, with Cedric. You know Cedric? Poker Traveler? Poker Traveler.
Yeah.
That's my cousin.
Poker what?
Poker guy. POKERRRGUI.
RRR. RRR will have to come later.
Fold.
You want a beer? Anybody else want a beer?
Call.
Anybody else? No.
hits.
Call. Fold. Call. Check. 6 dollars. Check. Excuse me. Bet 15. Call.
She's gonna get it.
Fold. Heads up. Bet. Fold.
We got one hand. Wow.
You want some right?
Yeah.
Count that. Make sure it's right. Sure. My number's just. That's me. Okay.
20 or 20?
So, 49ers ends in 2, and the Cowboys ends in 0, whatever the scores might be. And the last digit is 0 for Cowboys and then 2 for the 49ers. You're right.
Oh, okay. I'm fucked.
Who else need a beer? You want one?
Yeah, I want one. He wants one. I'll take one.
Twisted your arm? What? Twisted your arm?
Actions on you, Devin.
Yeah.
Here you go.
Are we switching or? Yeah. Oh, okay.
What is that, Miller?
Big Little Rusher.
Fold.
She meant to say it was free.
And then one more, right? Anybody else?
You're just trying to get everybody drunk.
Y'all just getting everybody drunk in here?
Might get cards, might go do something.
Casey, I know
Get
it's
cards, but not good enough cards.
That's it.
Can Charlie hear me right now?
6 players.
Well, he'll be able to hear what you're saying in 15 minutes.
Okay. Charlie picked seat 5 for me. I told him to pick my seat. He said go to seat 5.
Check. Bet 15. Call. Fold.
He's playing tight. Don't shoot me earlier. I just want 100 back.
3 players.
You like that show? I'm from Dallas.
Should've fucked with
Check.
him and said no.
Check. 3 players.
Pretty much all the Houston teams all around. Texas. What's with the Oilers?
Daughter's going to college up there in Houston
Check.
right now.
Check.
Alright.
20 is bet.
Here you go.
Fold.
That sucks yesterday. No, I got rid of it. I think the worst.
Anybody else want
One
a
day,
drink over here?
worst
Feel
game.
good?
Bring me one of them. Play.
A free beer?
Not to get jumped.
I
What's the
with
playoffs
Rams.
looking like? Y'all went ahead and clinched y'all, right?
We got 1-0 on the Twins last night.
And then the
Y'all were
Rangers.
up-
Can you
y'all
look it
were
up
up
for me? I'm
1-0.
paying a big.
Y'all were getting beat today, unless something changed.
Oh, if we lose today, we're out, right?
Speaking of which, can we get the best man?
Can we get one over here? Or no, one over here?
Okay, I was about to say, don't take that game off.
The Rangers are playing right now.
Yeah, they're playing another.
Coming in, Chris? Yep. All right, everybody.
But if they win today, we go to the playoffs, right?
Good luck. Here,
Y'all
come
were
up
up
them
10.
water.
I can't read what y'all score is.
How much you want?
9-4? I think 9-4.
Pull up the playoff bracket for me real quick. I want to see where we're at.
If y'all win and if the Rangers win, if y'all
Okay,
beat
so I'm gonna put it right here.
Baltimore in the best of 5, and the Astros win, they'll meet.
You may, yeah.
On the other side, you got Phillies, Braves playing, and you got Diamondbacks and Dodgers.
Oh, so we got to beat the Nationals.
Nationals.
I mean,
You got Philly and Atlanta playing each other. You got I just said it. Dodgers, Arizona.
oh, we're already in the playoffs. We are?
You're already in the second round.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, you're in the ALDS.
400 left, so it should be 16. I'm assuming.
Send that your deal to me.
Should
Send
be
it to my
16.
phone.
Okay.
Like pull up the chart for me, if you don't mind.
I don't know where to find the chart at. I just go to ESPN.
Look at it.
I don't know where to find a bracket at. Maybe football. If they do, I don't know.
Hey, can you see if we can put this Rangers game on our Okay.
I'm sure there's a bracket somewhere, but
I just want the Cowboys to show out one time against 49ers. Yeah, but you know
I'm
what?
gonna tell you what, this whole
We
weekend,
made some
man, on sports betting, dude, this whole weekend, everybody's been putting their money on has not been covering.
Yeah, because they're trying. Did you get that deal on ESPN that a notification about protect the players? Because a lot of them, have you seen them? They'll slide. It'll be right open. They'll slide right before they get to the end zone.
Yeah.
Because of the bettors, people are paying them off. That's fucking crazy.
Queen of Diamonds will not be coming. Queen of Diamonds has been exposed. Will be our first burn. Fold.
Can you get that on the
Channel,
please? Please.
Jared Paul, Casey Fold.
And then what games are on
Conan Call.
right now that we can put on here?
Call. Chris Fold.
Probably just that one and then that baseball game.
No, there's two.
Devin.
How much is it?
Depends on what you're up on the station.
Devin Fold.
Yeah, okay.
6 players.
Check. I can't believe Oklahoma beat us though, man.
Conan check.
We picked the worst day to
Who's
play
been
our worst
11?
game.
Who? The
Something Texas yesterday.
yeah, Longhorns.
They played like shit. He still somehow was winning the game with a minute left. And scored like 40 seconds.
1-4.
Conan Fold.
You exposed one of my house, man.
Yeah, they keep the field goal, we go at 3.
That was my bad.
Worst case scenario, they get tied up with the field goal, you spend overtime. Somehow they gave that running back, they went to a previous defense and gave him the whole open field and just run 60, 50 seconds.
That's like a no-win situation. If they play tight and they burn them deep.
No, that's what I was supposed to say. I literally sent a text message after that happened, and I said, why does teams nowadays do the prevent? That was like 20 years ago. This day and time, the quarterback is a receiver, he's a running back, and a passer.
Yeah.
There's too many athletes. You can't give the whole field in the middle open. You got too many receivers now. Running backs are good. Tight ends are like receivers, almost pretty much borderline equivalent to the guy who runs deep. I mean,
In
at this
college,
point,
yeah,
you can't
That's
run
like what's his
prevent
name,
CBA.
Hunt for Colorado. I knew Oregon was going to blow them out,
Well, you can't-
you know.
you
But
can't
Coach
run
Prime
prevent
is a good coach.
You
You know what I'm saying?
can't run prevent defenses anymore because you got too many athletes in the field that you're gonna
Quarterback
risk
as fast as the running backs and the receivers.
Right, and if they don't, somebody's open in the middle. So my
Tyler
thing is,
Rescues,
the chances of somebody completing
Jeffrey, sorry.
a bread
Jeffrey,
basket
Tyler Cole.
65-yard pass, perfect,
Conan Cole.
is less than
Chris Cole.
30%.
Devin Call.
Because everything has to go right on that play. And he's got it. I mean,
Boy,
if
6.
he figures close, he ain't catching it.
6.
He was one short.
And they train defenders now to commit a pass interference if they can't stop the guy from catching the ball.
And that's crazy.
And you get 15 yards in college, not in the pros. You get the ball where it's spotted at.
Hey, put the Eagles, no, the Rangers on this one and the Eagles on this one, please, if you don't mind. Check.
And check.
I want to see the Eagles lose today.
Every bet 10. Time and fold.
Another one of those underdogs. Take the Rams.
One and fold. First fold.
Worst case scenario, you continue playing the same defense on the
Look, is that the
They all
Eagles?
run.
Worst case scenario, the guy throws a perfect pass, the receiver has a step or two on his man, and he catches it. Worst case scenario, the chance of that happening is 130%.
Are we 3-1? We're 3-1,
most
right?
defensive backs have the knowledge that if they can't stop that guy and catch that ball,
And then the Texas Rangers game on this one, bro?
because instead of being 65 yards, like 15. But in the pros, of course, it's different because he knows where the spot the foul is. So the thing is, why shift to a prevent and leave the wide open field open? I've never, this day and age with so many athletes on the field, I don't understand that. You can't do it no more. Just stick to what was working. I mean, the whole game, Texas was down. They got back in the game down 10, took the lead. You overcome the 10-point deficit to 10 points. 17 unanswered. And then you switch to a prevent in 40 seconds, you lose the game. But you didn't lose it to time it up with a field goal or overtime. You lost it to them going down and doing the only thing they could do, score touchdown.
On the live stream, we don't have people
Worst
time,
case
right?
scenario, play defense, they
Wait,
get
think about it, we got 45
by the
free
time
minutes.
they
Say yes.
You go to overtime, the score starts 0-0. JR call.
They weren't charging as well, yeah.
You said who? The Eagles right here?
No, the Texas Rangers and the Eagles over here.
3 players.
Yeah, they gave us
I think if you keep that
45
Rangers
extra,
baseball game on, I'm not sure, but I think the Astros come on right behind it.
KC bet 25.
And then the Cowboy game on here later, if we're still here.
Fold. Fold.
Y'all are more than welcome to the Cowboys game down here tonight. Y'all are all facing that. Y'all are all facing that way.
It's not till 7:20.
I can only see it from right here.
Astros come on after Rangers go off.
You don't like the Cowboys?
Texas fan.
Yeah. You're from Houston? Y'all got a good quarterback.
Dad's a Cowboys fan. He's from Houston.
Y'all got a real good quarterback. He's doing
I'm
decent.
eating crow on Stroud.
Huh?
I'm eating crow on him. I was like, we're gonna find out if he's gonna live up to his nut. So far, I've been wrong. He's done. He's done. Can't have too much faith in the Ohio State quarterback.
That's
I'll
exact.
find out.
Yeah, but
Might be
he
the
was
first.
pretty good in college though.
Well, a lot of them are.
Until they come.
Yeah,
That's
a lot
like
of them
Dak.
are
The
not
only thing
good.
about Dak though, man, is he just.
I'm not a Dak fan.
Oh no, I was always
See, there's
I was always a
lot
Tony
of
Romo
people I know
fan.
they're Cowboys fans. They're Cowboys fans. They're not Dak fans.
I was always a big Romo fan.
My buddy,
That was my quarterback.
Huge diehard Cowboys fan. He
In
said,
the
I
action
cannot
tracker,
wait
I
for
need
the
to
day
click
we
the
have
GFX
that
button.
quarterback.
The action tracker software. Fold. Fold. Call. Fold. Actions on Chris. Call. Fold. Call. Call. Check. Action tracker. Correct. Check. Bet 20. There should be a GFX button over on the right hand side. Lewis call. Fold around to Tyler who calls. I don't remember. Check. Bet 20. Call. Fold. Yes.
Let's go. Who got 15?
Welcome back out. Sorry about that. We actually opened up another 5 on the button table. I had to sit outside and help Dill for just 1 minute. So now we have 2 5 on the button tables running outside. What is this? I missed some good chat up here. Mike Moyer, is there a seat open? Yes, there is a seat open just for you. Absolutely, Mr. Moyer. Look at that cutie in the orange. Uh-oh, we have a fan favorite setting out. Tell Jeffrey Haley says, go paw paw. We got the root up there. We do have a seat open, but we're saving it for MT Clip. Who knows who that is, but I bet he's setting out on table number 3. So flips over. We show aces full of deuces. Aces full of deuces, and out of Luis's hand, you see a deuce. I didn't see what the other card was, but it looks like Mr. JR is going to pull in another win. JR sitting in seat number 8 is up a smooth $7 right now. Hey, it's good to be on the plus side, and it's good to be at Kojak's Poker Club. We've got 4 players sitting in the negative right now. One's a little bit buried, working his way out. So hopefully the table talk has been keeping you guys going. Apologize for my absence from the room, but we are back to go. Got to get the mic close so y'all can hear all my greatness. Conan looks down under the gun with pocket 6s. He's not going to get too crazy. He calls the 2. 2 seats over from pocket 5s calls it. We got 2 87s. So we're going to have a lot of limpers. Tyler's got the King Jack. 8-way action. Flop comes out 3 of spades, 6 of spades, 8 of clubs, 3, 6, 8. That's a set of 6s for Mr. Conan. We got a $10 bet by Mr. Luis with 8, 7. Two spades for Mr. Tyler. I don't see him going anywhere. He does make the call of 10. He's got the second nuts. I'm sorry, 2 spades. He's got the second nut draw. Actually, third nut if somebody's got 4 or 5 of spades, but we know nobody has that. So we're going to be 6-way to the turn. $76 already sitting in the pot. $76. Turn comes a queen of hearts, the lady in red.
Okay, well, if you could do it on that one, but I want to watch my regular. If you don't mind.
So we've got second nut flush draw. We've got a set of 6s for Conan, and he's just sitting there ever so quiet. It checks all the way around. Turn card comes out a 5. That's trouble because that's set over set. But luckily for Mr. Morgan, he did fold his set of 5s. Who's that beautiful ball-headed guy right there talking?
shove like that, I was like, I mean,
When that ace came
Well, yeah, I
out,
mean, at the end,
he
by the
either
time
has
on the
the-
river, you were dead.
he either has the jack or the nine. The jack or the ace, and it still beats me. But I was when I bet that, I was hoping you probably had the jack and was like, well, fuck, I got the ace.
Yeah, yeah.
So I fold. Then when he shoved, I gotta go. You know, I can't call.
it worked out good for us.
Okay.
There was only one more jack left. I had one.
You had the jack.
Yeah, I had jack eight.
You did?
I folded.
Because I had nine.
Fucking third place by the river.
Good thing you wasn't in there because you would have lost too. You're calling that. I mean, the only reason why I didn't call it is because my boat was too low.
Oh, yeah,
If I had a jack, I'd call. For sure.
My fault. I had my hand started.
see the jacks.
No, I had turned them over.
Okay.
Like,
Usually when I'm on
How
it,
much
I
y'all
want
want?
to see what the other guy has. What'd you have?
1, 2, 4. I had ace deuce. Yeah.
This is hot, man. I already got a boat ace deuce. I had king deuce.
My luck though,
I don't know. That's kind of low.
this room's kind of haunted here.
For what?
36.
No, thank you.
Yeah, that was so close.
I was like, man, where's the fucking six at?
It's right here.
What's the captain's trade?
Casey pulling in a nice little pot right there. If you're not out of Kojak's today, you are missing out. We've got 2 5 on the buttons. One of them is getting super deep. So if you like that bigger stack action, it's definitely time to head out to Kojak's Poker Club. Just opened up a second 5 on the button. We've got a full list for another 1-2 table. So if you're looking for some poker action, Kojak's is the club to head to today in Midland, Texas. Button moves around to Mr. Conan. Looks like we're going to have a dealer change after this hand. Action is getting crazy out there. Actually had to rotate some dealers and keep the games flowing with new faces, throwing out the cards. Looking around West Texas at the poker rooms in West Texas, plenty of action out there to fade if you want to be part of it. Looks like Kojak's we have 3 tables looking for a 4th today here. Over at CCC, they've got 1 table with a second one about to open up out in the River League. Out in San Angelo, Texas, they've got 1 table about to have a second table. Excuse me. CCC's $120 freeze-out's looking pretty good. $1,300 in the prize pool up for grabs. If you missed that, they'll have another one next Sunday. So we've got 6 players to the flop. Flop comes out 7-6-4. Looking nice for Mr. Luis. He throws out, Casey bet 10 with ace-3. Luis and Chris both call. Everybody's got a piece of it. Tyler looking for a 5. Another 4 on the turn. That gives Luis trip 4s. We got people looking for a 5, people looking for a 3, but nobody looking for a 10 of hearts. No flush out there. Luis's trip 4s are pretty good, but it'll probably check around just due to the hearts coming out. So I hope you've enjoyed the live stream today. We got about another 50 minutes set. Luis does make the bet. He throws out $40. That's not going to be enough to get a call from anybody. And he shows proudly his trip 4s. Pulls in a nice little pot. And we're making that good little deal of change, getting the new face in there. New faces always have better cards, worse cards. It's your call to make. Here's a question for the chat setting out there today. Does the dealer really make the difference?
How much is that on, Devin?
18.
Okay.
2 seconds left. 2 seconds on clock. It's already over with. Yep. I gave you 100, right?
We can relax. Is that what you're still?
As you can see, the action's moving around. Wish I could bring you a camera of Kojak's out in the lobby so you could see all the action and the chip stacks. If you are sitting at home and you want to start building your stack for the 50K qualifier coming up November the 4th, now's the time. We got plenty of tables running. 500 chips for every hour you play. You earn toward your starting stack in the qualifier. That happens November the 4th at 4 p.m. So you did see seat 3 buy the button for $3. Action moves around. Poker Boy makes the call. We've got Jeffrey making the call and Tyler making the call. Absolutely. Joe Vegas saying the dealer makes the difference, does he? You only deal winners and losers, don't you? Miss you out here, Joe. Always good to hear from you, brother. So we've got 6 players to the flop, something to Kojak's normal. 6 players to the flop. Flop comes out. Jack of diamonds, king of diamonds, ace of clubs. We got a lead out bet by Mr. Jeffrey with ace 10. He's got that gut shot to the queen. We do see one queen dead, though. So, Joe, when you say the dealer makes the difference, what do you mean? I want to hear your definition of the dealer makes the difference. The way they shuffle the cards, just the luck they bring to the table. What do you mean by that? Action folds around, and we've got a call. So we've got 4 players. I see 2 players, excuse me. Lead out bet by Mr. Jeff, $20. Sitting there with an ace. Luis has the king. And it's gone just like that. Mr. Jeff pulls in. Decent little pot. Looking at the chip stacks, I've missed a little time. We've got one player down 700. We've got one player down 300. One player down 600. Poker Boy has changed his name to Poker Guy. He's got a little growth to go to get back to even. He's down a little bit. But Mr. Morgan sitting in seat number 3 is so far our big winner today, up over $700. JR sitting over in seat number 8. Setting smooth up, $394 after that all-in aces full that we saw just a little while ago. Jeffrey setting under the gun. This is always hard to make an action for, being under the gun with pocket queens. Don't want to raise too much and chase anybody off. You want to get that action, so he's going to raise it up to $12. It folds around to Mr. Casey. Casey makes the call with one of his queens and a king setting suited. Conan makes the call. Luis looking down at 96. Luck has nothing to do with it. Dealer controls the game. Sometimes keeps the table entertained. Sometimes dummies it up. And deal if the game is more serious. I like that. Dealer that makes errors can tilt the players. That is 100% true. We'll talk about that here in a minute. And dealer that runs his game efficiently can help all players focus on the game and not worry about mistakes. Joe Vegas, you couldn't have said it any better yourself. I'm going to flip back because we've got a pretty good pot cooking here. Flop comes out 8 of hearts, 7 of hearts, 6 of diamonds. Poker Guy's got 98 of diamonds, looking for backdoor diamonds or a 5 or a 10. Then you've got 2 hearts in Casey's hand with a second nut flush. Then you've got the overpair sitting in Jeffrey's hand. And this could get pretty big. Poker Boy leads out with $40. And Jeffrey makes the fold. Look at that. Easy fold. Pocket queens overpair on the board. And look how easy that went into the muck. I don't think Casey's card's going to the muck that easy. 5 of diamonds on the turn. That is everything that Poker Boy wanted to see. He's looking for a 7 diamonds for the straight flush. He announces 105. That's why he pulled the 5 back. Now actions on Casey with a second nut flush draw. Can he make this call? I've seen him lay down less, and he does lay it down, and Poker Boy does show up the 9 high straight and the straight flush draw, and he says, ship it to me. So let's go back to that comment from Joe Vegas over here. Luck has nothing to do with it. Dealer controls the game. I agree with that 100%. An efficient dealer keeps the flow of the game going 100%. An inefficient dealer, however, can tilt the players that are there, that are the grinders. He can tilt the grinders and set them on a losing streak. You know, not necessarily losing with the cards, but losing with their patience at the table. Now, dealer that makes errors can tilt the tables. That's 100% true. And a dealer that runs efficiently can help the players focus without worries. You are 100% correct there, Joe. One thing I do love about Joe Vegas and I miss is his outlook on life, his outlook on the game. He is a huge poker fan, always has been. He's dealt at a lot of rooms around the United States and probably in Mexico and probably abroad too. And his vast skills and vast knowledge is something that we absolutely adored here at Kojaks. We always miss you here, and can't wait for you to stop back by and do a celebrity dealing appearance for us, Joe, if you're out there still. And so what you see is you see a huge raise pre-flop. Players wanted to see it run out. They didn't mind doing it for the dealer didn't mind doing it, so he throws it down.
I'm not gonna call $110 with a 10 either, but I was like, straight would have got there.
I was really about to just go play outside because this is not working. How big was it?
There you go. Take your winnings, now put them in blind. All right. I'll make it quick.
Raise the 12. Fold. 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 Really good move. Call.
So as you can see, Casey picks up king, queen, suited diamonds. Those hands are always so beautiful. Hope to pass through. If we don't pass through here, I hope to cross your pass again. I still hold on to that knife combo that you gave me, and I use it at work just about every single day. Greatly appreciative of that, Joe. Always much love for you. Dolly Parton suited 95 hearts, 63 suited diamonds. We got all kinds of suited hands going in this. Flop comes out, club, club, diamond, 2 sevens, and a jack. And Tyler couldn't have flopped any better. He stands up and says all in, and players ship their cards in just as fast. He's been on a bad run. Hopefully this is his quick build up to go. So let me get your predictions in the chat. What's your predictions for this Dallas Cowboys San Francisco 49ers game? What are your predictions in the chat? We will save the predictions, and the person who gets the closest without going over, they'll win a free hour. I'll give you a free hour. Oh, and don't forget, I just heard I'll take a beer also. Today is Sunday Fun Day at Kojaks. We've got free Michelob for anyone over the age of 21 that enjoys some of our poker. We've got free Michelob beer. That may not be your beer of choice, but any beer that's a free beer is a great beer to drink. Action moves around. Conan folds. Luis folds. Morgan looks down at the king, queen unsuited. Chris right behind him looks down at the king, 4 suited. That's a little tighter than I'd like Chris to be, but he knows what's going to happen right behind him. And Poker Guy raises it up to 12 with queen 6 suited. JR makes the call with jack 9, and so does Morgan. 3-way to the flop. Flop comes out 9-4 deuce. 9-4 deuce. No spades. That gives JR the best of it right now. It checks around. Turn card comes an 8 of clubs. No help for anybody at all. JR still got the best of it with the pair of 9s. He's going to lead out, test the water. It looks like 15, maybe 14. Oh, he announced 30. Oh, so he said 30, and then he threw out 14, and the dealer told him, hey, it's going to take a little more to get into the action on that. It should be fold real fast. And that's what we saw, fold. If you're curious what that shirt is the dealer's wearing right there, where it says $50,000 free roll, we've got a free roll action going at 3 clubs of ours. 3 clubs: Kojaks Poker Club, Celebrity Card Club, and the River League down in San Angelo, Texas. If you've never been down to that club, it's a beautiful club also. Celebrity Card Club just got a complete remake, new tables, new walls, new TVs. Beautiful look if you want to head into there. We've got, for every cash hour you play now through the month of October, you're earning a starting stack into the qualifier running November the 4th. Every hour you play, it's 500 chips. Every time you hit quads or better, that's 1,000 chips. Then at 6, 9, and midnight, you earn a voucher. And that reminds me, I've got to run out. I forgot to do that, so we'll do a horse race in just a minute. But you earn a voucher. The winner of the horse race earns a 1,000 chip voucher. I'm actually going to drop the mic and go do the horse races. I forgot about that. So I will be back in about 3 minutes. Guys and gals, oh, I like that. Ezekiel Sandova says 49ers 30. No, I don't like that. I take that back, Ezekiel. 30-14. I got to write that down, but the boys aren't winning in that scenario. So we'll keep that on file, 30-14. If you are the closest, you will win one free cash hour. We've just got a couple more hands left in the stream. We've got a lot of action. We've got to get extra hands out on deck. So we will make this our last hand right here. Hopefully it's a superstar hand. Poker Boy looks down at King 4. So I've got you locked in, Ezekiel. Nobody else put in. So you've got great chances to win that free hour. Hopefully this hand is fireworks for our last hand. Yes.
Okay.
So flop comes out Jack 9-8 in the last hand of the night for Kojak's live stream. (10-9) looks to be the greatest. Casey's looking down with King Queen. He's looking for that 10 to give him the big straight. Nobody sitting with backdoor diamonds. Only pair on the board's going to JR right now. He calls the 11. River card comes out another 9. So that gives 9s full of 8s for Mr. JR. That gives him the check mark on the hand. Let's see how he plays it. He throws out a quarter pounder and it goes fold, fold, and just like that, that's how it ends for the night. So, ladies and gentlemen, Jake squeezed in with 45-38. Let's go, boys. That's what I'm talking about. I hope you get it, Jake. I hope you get it. So let me snap a picture of that right there before I do turn this off. So I've got you two locked in. We're going to go ahead and end the stream right there. If you want to head out to Kojak's, we've got three full cash games running. Come out and get your fix, guys and gals. We appreciate each and every one of you. As always, without you guys, we wouldn't be here. So we truly appreciate every one of our members in the club. Thank you guys so much, and we'll see you next Sunday. Same time, same place, same channel, same voice.